As a passionate advocate for education, I'm thrilled to introduce to you Teachers Gist with Wumi Wealth, a platform for teachers by teachers. Join me, Wumi Wealth, as we explore the innovative strategies, the best teaching practices, and celebrate the professionals. And today, I have on the show with me a delectable, beautiful, dedicated Miss Faith. Miss Faith is an early years teacher and she has taught for over 23 years. That is over 2 decades. I'm not sure if I was born then. So today we are going to go through our journey in the teaching profession, our challenges, our triumphs, and all that there is that we could explore in the education industry. So please join me and welcome Miss Faith. Miss Faith, welcome on the show. How are you doing?
I'm fine with me. Thank you, Ms. Umi, for having me.
And I must say today that you look so beautiful. Thanks for honoring our invitation. So we're going to dive in straight. I want you to tell us about yourself, like just give a bit, is it history now? Just give us a background of Miss Faith. Who's Miss Faith?
So I'm Miss Faith Ukuanovwe from Delta State, from Abraka precisely. I was born into a family of just two children. My parents were teachers. My both parents were teachers. Okay. My mother taught for 35 years before she retired, and my father retired as a vice principal. So I grew up with teachers.
Wow, that's inspiring. Well,
and I graduated from Delta State University.
Delta State University. So there's this, there's something common to everyone that I have met and asked that did they really want to go into the teaching like profession? Did they really love to go to the teaching profession, or maybe a situation or whatever would have pushed you to be a teacher? How did you come about being a teacher? What was the journey? What was the story behind you being a teacher? And a dedicated one for that for that matter.
Thank you, Ms. Umi. I had always wanted to be a teacher. Growing up with my parents, I saw the way they brought me up. They were disciplined. I wanted to be like them. I wanted to instill that discipline in other children. So it's not as if I just chose the profession. It was what I desired to do, and destiny also played out in my journey to teaching.
Okay, I think I want you to really expand on that. Destiny played out. What happened? What led to what?
So going into the university, I entered into Delta State University into the Department of French. I was taking to study pre-degree French. So I entered doing pre-degree French. In the course of my study, my first exam I failed.
Wow.
And my mother as a teacher wanted me to continue, so she asked I to go back to school to retake the experience.
You will continue this conversation, but I have to take a pause now, because saying that you studied French is not really connected to what I know you are doing presently. You are an early year teacher now. So how's French connected? What's the story around French?
So that's what I'm still just holding on. I have a story to tell and what made me.
Okay.
So my mom asked me to go back to retake the experience. I had an auntie who was my lecturer then in French department. So my mom thought she could help me so that I could move on. But she advised I retake the experience. So I took the experience again for the second time, and I also failed again. And so I gave up. I packed my things and moved to the village to stay with my auntie, my late auntie then. So while in the village, my friends in school wanted me back to school. So there was a day they went to campus 2. They were in campus 1, but they somehow.
And I think
they went to campus 2.
Sorry, ma, at this point, this is where I have to say that the friends you keep really matter. You know, she gave up and she was back to the village, but then she had some friends that were very, very thoughtful. that you just have to be where they are. That's really inspiring.
Yes.
So to everyone listening to us today, it's very, very important that you have some friends right there that can really push you to doing what you're supposed to do. So let's just continue.
So my friends, Rosalina Leto and Tina Bauer, went to campus 2.
Shout out to your friends.
And they saw an advert that they needed people in the Department of Nursery and Primary Education. And they got the form for me. They came to Warri. Somehow, something said I should see my mom that weekend. So I left the village. I said, let me go visit my mom in Warri. I was just in the house and they came. 2 of them came with a form. They got a form for me and they asked I should fill the form. That there's a new department that was created in Delta State University for those who are interested in studying nursery and primary education. So we were the first set.
Wow.
I filled the form, I gave it to them, they took it back. And behold, after a week, I was called to resume.
Wow. Great one.
Destiny played out.
Destiny played out.
Yes.
And I think one other thing I learned from your story right now is that it doesn't matter how many times you fail, you can always pick up yourself. Thank God for good friends. And right now, you said you failed the first time, the second time, and the third time. You could have been scared of trying again, but you went ahead, you pushed further. Congratulations to you. And congratulations are not even enough now, because you have done this for many years, and I'm excited for the kind of teacher that you are. You are a very, very dedicated teacher. I've heard many people talk about that, and I'm glad that your story is one of a unique one that is not really common to see too many people that fail and they just come up again. So another question I'm going to ask you today is, what are some of the challenges you've been teaching for over 2 decades now? What are some of the challenges, the major challenges that you have been facing?
Okay, dealing with difficult parents, disrespectful children, and children with special needs.
Oh,
it's been a challenge.
Okay, yeah. Say that you have children that are disrespectful. Early year children are just within the range of age 2 to 4. So how do you say that children of that age range are disrespectful?
Some of them are very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful. But as a teacher, I try to, that's why I told you I grew up being a disciplined child. So I decided that I was going to, any child that comes through me will be disciplined. So
in our days where there is no spanking of children, how do you get to discipline
I think them to
because
be
I'm not so cool with you saying that children are disrespectful. They are just babies.
They are disrespectful.
And when babies are, sometimes they don't act because they know what they are doing. They are in their growing stage, right? Although those are formative years for them. So I know that at that point you can't really say that this child is disrespectful, but if you say that, I believe you as a teacher.
Yeah, we have disrespectful.
So we go to another one, difficult parents. Difficult parents. How are they difficult?
Some parents are very difficult. They won't want to hear you say their children are naughty. Some even go to the extent of reporting you to the
so that's more like
without even finding out what actually happened in class.
That's more like saying that some parents are out there and they are bullied. But I think at this point, parents also need to know, if we have parents watching this show right now, you have to know also that your teachers are your helpers. So there's no point going to school to bully. And she mentioned something the other time that children are disrespectful. We know that children in their early years are, that's like the formative year, forming character, forming behaviors, and teachers can only work on the foundation that has been built at home. So I hope that one day our parents will, I hope that, in times to come, our parents can do better. So we've talked about your challenges now. I want to also to talk about your big win. Right, it's been said many times that teachers are very passionate and they don't really care about the money. Well, I don't want to believe so. Do you believe so?
No, not really.
So you too, you don't care about the money.
I didn't go into teaching because of the money.
So why were you in the teaching profession? Why did you
Like
go
I told
there?
you, I had a passion for teaching because of my upbringing. I grew up with teachers. My both parents were teachers, and because of the way they brought me up, I wanted to be like them. So I had that passion for teaching.
Wow. Well, I'll just go with you right now. But I know, like most people get into the teaching job not because they really want it. Because now, if you are saying not because of the money, is it that you don't need money? The money is very important. But then, maybe as we go on, we still hear some other gist about what you are doing, right? But then we still have to even. I need to know right now, what are your biggest achievements? What have you achieved with teaching?
So starting up as a teacher, my first salary was just 3,000.
Hey.
And with the 3,000, I was able to save.
3,000.
Yes, I know you'll be wondering 3,000. I was able to save. I was able to get a house. My house rent there. My first house was 18,000.
Were you not eating?
I was eating. I was doing an extra PP. Let's say PP.
Oh, okay. You know that still happen today.
That's
Like
after school.
Where I work, they call it a special name. They call it kabu. And that's like a support to whatsoever you are doing as a teacher, right? But then I still feel that's not enough. But I actually believe you, and I really salute your courage that even as at that time you were able to save. It's a form of discipline that you just have on yourself and even on your finances. As you can save this, you can save that, and you were able to rent your first house with your 3,000 naira. That's really inspiring.
Yes, I was able to save 18,000.
Okay.
Moving on, I started saving again. I was still saving. I got another job.
Wow.
The pay was a little bit higher.
Okay.
I kept on saving. And I met a colleague of mine who advised, I wanted to get a car. She said, no, that I want you to get a land. And so she took me to Ogun State, and I was able to get a land. And I said, how will I build? She said, don't worry, when your salary comes in, just keep molding blocks, just keep doing something. And so I started with my building. I started building.
That's like taking the baby.
Building.
That's like taking the baby step. Like you move from stage to stage, and so we can call you what now? A proud landlady.
Yes.
This is really inspiring. Well done, Miss Faith. This is something not really common to many people. A lot of teachers complain about the fact that their remuneration is just so low and they can't save from it. They can't buy anything from it. Too much of struggle. But it's really inspiring to know that you were able to save your money, and right now you are proudly saying that you are a landlady, and I think we are learning from you also. So for some of us that love I love to own a house in Banana Island. So I don't know how that is going to happen, but then your saving culture is something I have learned from your story today. I learned that we are supposed to save, and one of my take home also is that it doesn't matter how many times you fail, get up the next time you realize that you are on the ground, right? So that's one thing I learned from you today, and the saving culture too. It's another lesson too. And right now, I would want to say also, what will you like to say to somebody out there that's not really passionate about what they are doing, or there are a lot of teachers that just do it for I just want to occupy myself. That's why they are teaching. What would you say to them?
I would like to tell them that teaching is an interesting profession. If you love to teach, you have to put all yourself into it, because as you keep teaching, you see your children excel. It gives me joy to see that the children that have passed through me are excelling various ways.
That's like
So
the biggest joy of a
teacher. So
wow.
I'm always happy when I see that the children that pass through me are excelling in various fields. Just like I taught your child, and I'm proud of him because I see him excel.
Superstar Bobo.
So that's one of the joy of being a teacher.
Okay.
And also when you are with children, there's never a dull moment with children. You're always happy.
And I think another thing is that children make us behave like children. So you can imagine yourself running on the field and doing all sorts that you're not even supposed to do. But I think children, the ones we teach, they make us active and they make our life so beautiful and colorful. So it's a privilege also having you on the show today. Thanks so much for coming. We've really learned so much and want to thank you for impacting life out there. Well done. Thank you for all that you've done. Well, another challenge with early years teacher is that as at the time your children grow, you may not recognize them again, but they know that, oh, you are that teacher, you are that person that changed their life. So well done for all that you are doing. We really appreciate you. Miss Faith, for coming on the show, our most dedicated Miss Faith. So on behalf of my team and I, Teachers Gist crew, we have something for you. We know teachers are dedicated teachers, you are passionate, and some of the things we are going to give to you, we are giving this to you not because it's so big or so small, but because we want to say thank you for all that you do. Thank you for touching lives significantly, and we hope to invite you again to the show to still inspire people out there. Thanks for coming, ma. God bless you.
Thank you, Ms. Zumi. I'm grateful for this.
Follow us on Instagram at Teachers Gist with Wumi Wealth, on YouTube. Look out for our video. Please subscribe, like, and till we see you the other time. For now, we say bye.